I just came back from Canada, and let me tell you, though Canada and US are right beside each other, yet still the difference among both of them is just humongous. I basically went there to meet my family, but surprisingly and luckily it was also 1st of July, which was Canada's day, Canada's Independence Day. So the whole trip came out to be much more fun and exciting. I wasn't able to vlog over there because I wanted to enjoy Canada for myself, as this was my first time going to Canada. But what I did is took a lot of clips for you guys so that I can tell you a complete story of my adventurous journey and experiences in Canada. But it will be boring to tell you a story from sitting over here when there is an amazing weather out over here. So let's go out on a bike ride and tell you all of my journey and the story of my road trip to Canada. And when we'll come back, we'll jump in this pool and enjoy this beautiful sunny day and have much more fun. Oh my god, what a beautiful sunny day. I think this is the warmest and the most beautiful sunny day we have so far for this season. I think it's above 90 degrees, 92, 93, somewhere in between over there. I am sweating like crazy. That's why I changed my clothes to as comfy clothes as possible so I can feel some air and not be warm. Anyways, let's go and get some air in the tires of this bike because both my front and rear wheel are low at air and I need some gas too, and the gas station is right over here, so let's do that first. I was looking over the internet. I think the front tire should be above 36 psi and the back tire should be above 42 psi. So let's get that done first and then I'll tell you about my stories of Canada. Now I've never had to put air in the bike before. This will be my first time. Hopefully I can do that right without screwing anything. Okay, I see this one over here. Do I need to do anything with this thing? Yeah. Oh no, no 50 buddy. You're gonna blow up my tire. How about 37? Ooh. But I think I'm good now. 36 and 44, not bad. Now let's get some gas. Ooh, because I'm out of gas. Okay, no gas here, no gas there, sold out. Wow, the gas station is out of gas. That is because yesterday there was some kind of sale over here because of 4th of July and everyone was getting gas. The reason is because they were selling gas at 70% discount. So everyone had to get their gas yesterday and leave no gas for us. After getting no gas, we are finally back on the top of the mountains behind my house where we can chill in peace. Also, the temperature over here is way better than what it was down there in the valley. It is 87 over here, whereas down there it was showing me 94 Fahrenheit. Anyways, before we talk about our trip to Canada, please let me know in the comment section how's the camera angle, because if you notice I have changed the chin mount again and this time I got another kind, another brand, and my camera angle is different right now. I was playing around and I think this camera angle should look perfect, or I'll say better than what we used to have before. But one way or the other, do let me know in the comment section if this is all good or do I still need to change it. I am telling you, I'm getting way better on this bike around these curves. Woo. I'm getting way more comfy. I think the more I'm driving, the more I'm learning how to lean and the bike and how to lean my body on these sharp curves at a good decent speed, I'll say. Now this is a new road that I took today, which I know nothing about. I don't know where this road will lead. All I know is that it is behind our house and it will lead somewhere. That's the beauty of these mountains where we live, is that everywhere you go are just beautiful green valleys and mountains and beautiful roads, all for yourself. Anyways, enough of this all bullshit. Let's talk about the Canada trip. So basically the trip to Canada was planned to go see my grandma, whom I haven't met in last 10 years, And luckily the weekend we chose to go see her was also Canada Day weekend slash their kind of like 4th of July. Like we have our 4th of July, they have 1st of July. That's when they celebrate their independence, their Canada Day. Which side should I go? I have no idea where I'm going. It's okay, I'll just keep going this way. So the plan was to see Niagara Falls and then go to Canada, but we got late on that day and we decided, okay, let's go inside Canada first, and then on our way back we'll see Niagara Falls. So later in this video I'll tell you some funny thing that happened to us on our Niagara Falls. Anyways, entering into Canada was very easy. It's just like showing your ID card while you're entering into some kind of like a society or area or gated community. You just show them your ID card without even asking anything. They're like, yeah, go, and that's how we were in Canada. The first thing that we came across in Canada was its traffic and how the people drive. Canadian people are wild, let me tell you. They drive like no fear in their heart. They'll change lanes and shift lanes like the kind of people do in bigger cities like New York or DC or Virginia. But they are doing those things at a very high speed on major highways. And surprisingly, when those people were cutting each other, no one even minded anything and everyone was cool with that. I guess if I would drive like that over here, every single one would be honking at me like I have gone crazy and mad. But after surviving through the deadly traffic, we finally reached safely to my grandma's house. Met my grandma, met everyone else, introduced them to my wife, whom my grandma was meeting for the first time, and everyone was happy and dandy. And after that, we had some amazing home cooked food and we went out to see Canada during the night time. It was Friday night and all the stores we went to were literally jam-packed. All the markets were jam-packed. I was surprised to see that much of a traffic in Canada, Mississauga on Friday night. I asked my uncle if this is normal and he said, yeah, this is entirely normal. In fact, the more late it gets at night, the more busier the stores and the shopping areas become. I asked him why is that so, because in US we don't have anything like that, and he told me in Canada there are a lot of huge communities of Pakistanis, Indians and Sikh people, and all of these three major communities, they are night owls. While exploring the downtown of Toronto, I realized that Toronto's downtown is very much similar to the downtown of Chicago. Almost, I'll say, like a copy paste, with a little bit difference that makes a huge difference, and that was cleanliness. Like when I went to Chicago and I explored Chicago's downtown area, it was a little bit different over there, because also Chicago is a very old city and it wasn't as clean as compared to the downtown of Toronto. And I came to realize that people of Canada are obsessed with cleanliness. So that wasn't only the downtown of Toronto. In fact, any place we go, it would be like picture perfect clean over there. I was surprised to see cleanliness of Canada. So the very first day over there in Canada, i.e. the Friday when we reached over there, ended up to be very productive and very nice, as we got to explore the downtown of Mississauga, of Toronto, and got to eat a lot of desi food. Oh, look at that deer. Oh, there are more deers, look. See? Wow. I need to be careful while riding over here because these deers jump on you without even giving you any warning. Anyways, let's talk about day 2. The next day when we woke up, we did an amazing breakfast that was cooked inside the house, and right after that we went to Tim Hortons. And for the very first time I tried Tim Hortons, and let me tell you, yes, we do have Dunkin' and Starbucks. Yes, there is a hype about Tim Hortons, but it's just another coffee shop. But hey, I can't judge them because I am more into local coffee places and I enjoy local coffee shops as compared to these big brands. But still, I tried my Tim Hortons and it was good coffee. Now after that, we went to see one huge thing of Toronto, Canada, Mississauga area, and that is their Great Lake, the Lake Ontario. We just went to one spot of that Lake Ontario area. It was 1st of July and it was busy, and I was surprised how busy it was. But my uncle told me that it will get even more busier, that you won't be even able to walk on that street, on those streets or in that area, because Canadian people are crazy and they like to go outside, they like to sit outside and have fun outside rather than in the house. Just the way how America was right before COVID, when we used to sit out in the McDonald's and Dunkin' and Starbucks. That culture is still here, but it's less, whereas in Canada, woof, everyone likes to sit outside. Anyways, after that we went to see real estate of Canada, and let me tell you that real estate in Canada is very expensive. I don't know for what reason. Even the smallest condos, smallest houses, the prices are just out of control. But other than the prices, some of the real estate was really very good, and the architecture of that real estate was more like European French style, because that is where most of the Canadians actually came from. That's why they are called French Canadians. But the new societies and the new construction that they were doing for the real estate literally looked like a matrix. I was teasing my uncle that their real estate literally looks like they have copied one house and just pasted it throughout the whole housing society. Almost every single house in those societies looked copy pasted. And that is when I realized that Andrew Tate is right. We do live in some kind of matrix over here. Now, after exploring all the downtown areas and the real estate, we came back home and an amazing barbecue was planned. Oh my god, one of my uncle made the best barbecue and it was just amazing. I literally ate so much that I couldn't even move after all that food. And that's how we ended our Saturday over there, spending time with family, having fun, eating some amazing food, and going to the bed. Now the next day was Sunday and we woke up early because our plan was to go and see Niagara Falls, which we did not do when we were coming on the way towards Canada. So we thought of doing it on the way back, going to US. So we left the house as early as possible, but the moment we left the house, it started to rain and I was like, it's okay, we can still go and see Niagara Falls in this rain because you have to get wet anyways over there. So hey, the rain ain't that bad. But I was wrong. As the closer we got to Niagara Falls, it started to rain so crazy that I cannot explain you. It was literally a thunderstorm over there. But long behold, we still went to Niagara Falls because I still wanted to see the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls, as I have always heard that the Canadian side is so better. So in my mind, I was like, how much better can one side of the Niagara Falls could be from the other side, which I have already seen a couple of years ago. But to my surprise, when we reached the Niagara Falls of the Canadian side, it was on an entirely different ball game. I literally felt like I am in Las Vegas. The amount of food places, the amount of casinos, the amount of hotels over there, other shops for tourists to buy things, and a lot of other adventurous activities over there. I was just surprised how much different the Canadian side is, and that's when I realized that why people always bash the American side of the Niagara Falls and rave about the Canadian side, because oh my god, it was just amazing. Now initially, before going to the Niagara Falls, in my mind I was like, hey, I'll do one or two activities over there and then we'll just head back. But boy, oh boy, when I saw all those activities, I was so tempted. But again, because of the rain, we could not get out of the car, we could not see anything or do anything, and I was so sad and upset about that we are right over here in the middle of all those activities and the fun thing, but yet still we can't do anything. And that is where we ended our trip and crossed the bridge and came back to US. In this story, the one good thing was that I have finally seen Canada, and I have seen all the fun and adventurous things that we can do in Canada. So now we know how to go back to Canada, and it's super easy and simple and do all those fun and adventurous things. So next time when we'll go to Canada, which is pretty soon by the way, maybe just a few weeks down the road, but anyways, when we'll go back to Canada, we will be making a lot of vlogs where we will be spending a whole day on Niagara Falls, doing as many activities as possible, and maybe riding our motorbike in downtown Toronto, Mississauga, and having shit ton of fun, eating lots of food. That is what we are going to do soon, and will share my journey with you guys, just like I share my other traveling vlogs with you. I hope you guys enjoyed this kind of story moto vlogging. If you did, give this video a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next. Until then, I'll go get some gas and you go jump in the pool or the shower because it's a very hot day. So have fun and see you soon. Peace.
Hey, Bill, I'm in the mood for a switch up. I hit the function, hit the rose till I hiccup.